Success is falling 9 times and getting up 10th time. Hi everyone, in this video we will go through definite integrals and its application to areas. We will look at 1 marker practice problems. So the first one, you have an integral expression like this and you have the limits given. So first, when you have division, you'll have to bring it to a simple form. Simple form is something like this, right? You should get it to this particular form. You cannot have a division if you have to find the integral. So what we can do here is, we can split this like this. E to the power x by e to the power x and then 1 by e to the power x. Now, this means that I can find integral of 1 separately and integral of e to the power minus x separately. What is integral of 1? It is x. Integral of 1 is x. So you have to remember that integral of any constant, any number, integral of constant or any number will be x, and then you put the number here, right? If you have 2, then it will be 2x. If you have 3, then it will be 3x. So now here you have 1, so it will be 1x or x. And what is integral of e to the power x? It's e to the power x itself. But here you have e to the power minus x. So what you should do is, you have to take the coefficient. What is the coefficient of minus x? There is no number here, right? So you assume it's 1. So you assume it's minus 1x. Coefficient is nothing but number next to x. Coefficient is number next to x. So here you have minus 1. So you divide this integral by minus 1. So integral of e to the power minus x is e to the power minus x itself. And then you have to divide by minus 1, which is the coefficient of x. First of all, here you have 1 by e to the power x, right? You have to get it in the simple form. So when you shift this e to the power x to the numerator, the sign of x will become reverse. Here you have plus x, it will become minus x. Now we have integrated this. Now we have to apply the lower limit and the upper limit. So you take x, instead of x you substitute 1, and then instead of x you substitute 0. Similarly, you do the same thing for e to the power minus x. So instead of x I am putting 1, so e to the power minus 1, and here I am subtracting again e to the power minus x. Here I am substituting x with 0, so it will become e to the power minus 0. So finally I will get this value 2e minus 1 by e. Remember, here you have to take LCM, right? LCM would be e itself, right? LCM between these two denominators would be e itself, right? And you have to multiply 1 e times to get this LCM. If you multiply 1 e times, then you will get LCM. But you have to multiply the numerator, so it will be 2e. And here you don't have to multiply because the denominator is same as LCM. Denominator is same as LCM. So you just copy this. Now let's look at the second problem. You have integral of e to the power 2x. Here is the lower limit and upper limit. So simple. What is integral of e to the power x? E to the power x itself. But you have 2x here, right? So you have to take the coefficient. You have to take the coefficient. What is coefficient of x here? 2, right? Any number next to x becomes the coefficient. Take this coefficient of x, which is 2, and divide by the coefficient. So in the denominator you will have the coefficient of x. Coefficient of x. Coefficient of x, which is 2. So it will be e to the power 2x by 2. Now instead of x you substitute 1 and then substitute 0 and then solve this. So you will get e square minus 1 by 2. Next problem, integral of sine x from 0 to pi by 2. Straightforward. What is integral of sine x? It is minus cos x. Right? How do you remember integral formulas? Integral is nothing but antiderivative. Right? Integral is nothing but antiderivative. So, derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. And integral of sin x is minus cos x. So, you will have to just reverse it. Right? Derivative of cos x is minus sin x. And integral of sin x would be minus cos x. So integral of sin x is minus cos x. Now instead of x, you put pi by 2 and then subtract, and instead of x you put 0. Right? Remember this minus is, you have minus like this. Right? Put the minus outside, then subtract these. Here minus, keep it outside. Cos 90. What is cos 90? Cos 90 is 0. Cos 90 is 0. And what is cos 0? It's 1. You have minus in between. You have minus outside. So, minus and minus will become plus 1. This should become plus 1. So, the answer is plus 1. Now, let's look at this fourth problem. Finding integral of x and the range is given from 1 to 2. Integral of x, what you have to do? Increment the power, right? So if you have integral of x, increment, what is the power? There is nothing here, you assume it's 1. So increment it by 1, and then whatever value you get in this power, put it in the denominator. 1 plus 1 is 2. It's nothing but x square by 2. So you have x square by 2 here. Now you put this upper limit and lower limit. First put the upper limit first. So instead of x I put 2 square by 2, subtract, and then now you apply lower limit. So instead of x I am putting 1 square by 2. So finally the answer is 3 by 2. Now fifth problem, find the integral of secant square x given this limits. Integral of secant square is tan x, and derivative of tan x is secant square x. Therefore, integral of secant square x is tan x. So, we put tan x here. Now, we put the limits. Upper limit is pi by 4. Lower limit is minus pi by 4. Tan 45 is 1. And tan minus pi by 4, you get this minus outside. So, it will become like this, minus outside. And tan 45 is 1. Minus and minus is plus. So, you get 2 as the answer. Let's look at the sixth problem, integral of x square. Now, this is straightforward. What is integral of x square? Take the power, increment it by 1, and whatever answer you get, put that in the denominator. So, it's x cube by 3. Now, you put the upper limit. Instead of x, you put 1, and then instead of x, you put 0 and subtract. So, you get 1 by 3 as the answer. Seventh problem, find the integral of x plus e to the power x. Simple. Find integral separately for this, Integral of x, again, integral of x is, you assume the power is 1. So, 1 plus 1 is 2, and put 2 in the denominator. So, it's x square by 2. And integral of e to the power x is e to the power x itself. So, you get this kind of an expression. Now, substitute 2 and 1. So, instead of x, I have put 2. E to the power x. Instead of x, it's 2. So, e to the power 2. And here, instead of x, I have put 1. And it's e to the power 1. So, when I solve this, I'll get this answer finally. 3 by 2 plus e square minus e. So, remember to find the LCM here. Right? Remember to find the LCM. Here there is nothing. So, you assume there is 1. LCM of 2 and 1 is 2. Right? Now, this has to be multiplied 2 times to get this LCM. 2 into 1 is 2. But you have to multiply the numerator. So 2 into 2 is 4. E square into 2, right? So it's E square into 2. So 2E square. And then you copy this because the denominator is 2, which is same as LCM. So you just copy this numerator, minus 1 minus 2E. Solve this and you get this as the answer. Let's go to the 8th problem. Find the integral of sine 2x from 0 to pi by 2. What is integral of sine x? It is minus cos x. Integral of sine x is minus cos x because derivative of cos x is minus sine x. So you have minus, you copy this as it is, 2x. Take the coefficient of x. Every time you have to divide by coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x here? 2. So put 2 here. Now you put the upper limit and lower limit. 2 into pi by 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. You will get cos pi, cos 180, and this will become cos 0. What is cos 180? Cos 180 is minus 1. You will have to remember this. Cos 180 is minus 1 and cos 0 is 1. Right? And then you have minus. You have to subtract. So finally you get 1 as the answer. Now let's look at the 9th problem. Integral of cosec square x, and the upper limit is pi by 4, lower limit is minus pi by 4. Now integral of cosec square x is equal to cot x minus cot x. Integral of cosec square x is minus cot x. So I put this minus cot x. Now you apply, substitute. Instead of x you put pi by 4, and here you subtract, and instead of x you put this lower limit, which is minus pi by 4. Cot 45 is 1. Here you can put this minus outside, so you'll have double minus here, so it will become plus 1. Cot 45 is 1. Minus and minus will become plus. So finally answer will be minus 2. Let's look at 10th problem. Find the integral of sin x plus cos x. So find the integral separately. So this will be integral of sin x plus integral of cos x. Separately you find the integral. 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. What is integral of sin x? Minus cos x. What is integral of sin x? Minus cos x. What is integral of cos x? Sin x. Now you apply the limits. So individually you have to do this. So it will be minus cos x. You are applying the limits. So it will be minus cos pi by 2. Put this minus outside. Cos pi by 2 minus cos 0. Then similarly you have to do for sin x. You have plus, put a bracket. Sin, instead of x you put pi by 2. Subtract, instead of x put 0. So now what is, you're getting this kind of an expression. So what is cos pi by 2? Cos 90 is 0. Cos 90 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. Sin 90 is 1. Sin 0 is 0. So finally you get 2 as the answer. So with this we've come to the end of this particular video. If you have liked this video, do press a like and share it. Thank you.